The MinSwap DEX is about to launch on the 8th of March and I forgot to claim my Min tokens. Did you remember to claim it from the FISO? And do you know what the difference is between the Min T and the Min token itself? I'll go into that all in this episode.
Yeah, gotta do it like that. You've been listening to the Learn Cardano podcast.
Hey everyone, I'm Peter B. If this is your first time here, thumbs up, subscribe, notification bell, and you hear more great Cardano content from me. Now, I am going to go through this process. I completely forgot that you were supposed to claim your Min tokens on the 10th of January or somewhere around there. I was probably relaxing somewhere on a beach or an estuary, enjoying the sun. So that's probably why I totally forgot. But we can now claim our Min tokens and get ready for this launch of the DEX and provide liquidity at that point of launch. It might be a good idea to provide liquidity at the beginning so that people that are using the DEX, you can claim the fees from them. So that's probably why you may want to provide liquidity at the very beginning of this whole process. And I'll also go through why they're doing this and what the difference is between a Min T token and a Min token and how you can convert one to the other. So this is really, really important, and I'll explain why they did this as well. So let's get into the claiming process of the Min tokens. Now, I haven't tried this yet, so let's see what happens. And let me just pull up the screen here. So you can get to this at FISO, FISO.minswap.org. And here you'll be able to click on the rewards tab and find out exactly how much rewards you get from that FISO, that staking period that MinSwap did. And what you need to do here is grab one of your receiving address, or they call it the payment address here, and click apply. So I'm going to go over to Yoroi and I'm going to grab one of my receiving addresses. I'll just copy that here. And while I'm here, actually, let me just show you something. A lot of people keep on asking me, especially the Sunday swap people that have come in from exchanges and have never seen assets within their wallet before. This is what assets look like within the Yoroi wallet. Now, normally I use NAMI or CC Vault, and they have a visual representation. They have the icons, they have the images of your NFTs or assets. But in Yoroi, you just get a plain line of text, a little description, asset ID, and how much of that token you have. So here you can see Min T, I have 5,390 of them. I think that's a decent amount. I don't know. I've just been staking for about 3-4 months within the Malu pool, and I managed to get that many tokens. So we'll see how many Min tokens I get out of this. So I'll repeat that process. I'll click on receive, grab my receiving wallet address there, and I'll go over to this tab here. I'll go over to this tab and click on paste and apply. Now this will look up in their database, see how many tokens I've earned. And here I can see I've claimed that, so that's great. And I have another 849 Min tokens to claim. And I only have 821 claimable. Okay, well, why is that? Okay, all right. So there's a little bit left over there. I'm not sure why I can't claim it all. But okay, that's cool. Let me work. Claimable for. Maybe I can claim the rest of it on the 11th of March. Maybe that's it. I'm not entirely sure about that. I may have to clarify from the team, or if you guys know, please let me know in the comments below. But let's go claim. All right, so I get this claiming process here. So what I'll need to do is I'll click on copy. I'll copy the address here. If I had my mobile, I could scan this QR code, and I need to send exactly 2 ADA to this address. And this is a faucet. It's a minting process where you can then send your ADA to the address. They'll do the calculations and send you some ADA and the Min tokens back to your address. So this is how a faucet works within the Cardano ecosystem. If you're wondering how Sunday Swap will be doing their own faucet system, it will look something very similar to this. So let's go back to Yoroi, and I'll paste in my address here. There, that looks good. And I put in 2 ADA. There we go. So there's the fee, and I'll go next. Now I'm using a Ledger Nano here. So this is my hardware device where I store my assets, and I'll need to plug this in, type in my PIN code, and then send and sign this transaction via my Ledger. Okay, so my Ledger is activated. So now I can click on send using Ledger. There we go. So this is a continuation process. So if you've never seen this before, I guess it's helpful. You can follow the instructions. So what you see on the screen here is actually what I'll step through on my Ledger Nano as well. Send the to ADA, confirming the transaction fee, and away it goes. Now, before when Sunday Swap launched, we saw a little bit of congestion on the network, and it took quite a while for these transactions to go through. But now that IOG have put in some scaling mechanisms, increased block size, increased script size, memory size for the scripts, I should say, it's sped things up quite considerably, and it's a little bit more useful. And you can see there it's already submitted the transaction. So that was under 20, 30 seconds or so. So that's a very good sign. And the fact that MinSwap are launching at this point where that scaling has happened, we should see a better user experience on the DEX compared to that initial launch on Sunday Swap. But of course, that demand that Sunday Swap put on the network pushed IOG to make those changes and increase that scalability within the network. So give and take. All right, so this transaction is now done, and I'll close that particular transaction, and we'll be able to see this come through a little bit later and see in my assets, those Min tokens come in. So that's going to take a little while to come in. So while we're waiting for that, I'll go ahead and explain exactly what they're doing with the Min T tokens. So if you go to their documentation around the FISO, you can see the explanation here, and you can read it all for yourself, but I'll give you the shortcut view. Essentially, they're trying to encourage you to participate within their ecosystem and participate on the DEX. If you have the Min tokens, you can load up a liquidity pool with that pair of Min T and ADA into their liquidity pool. That will get your liquidity tokens, which you then can lock into a contract for 45 days. After the 45 days, you'll be able to withdraw your newly minted Min tokens and your ADA back, and then you can participate in other parts of the MinSwap ecosystem. You can withdraw it a little bit earlier, but if you do, you get a little bit less. So you want to wait for that 45-day period to maximize your Min token rewards. Now, you don't have to make a liquidity pool or join a liquidity pool that's just Min T and ADA. You can do Min T and any other trading pair and trade for more Min tokens if you really want to. But you have to be aware that this is only going to last for a year. So this converter for the Min T to Min tokens will only be available on their DEX for 1 year or 73 epochs. After that, they're going to close that process down. I guess they're going to close the supply of Min T tokens and then try and get everyone to convert over to Min tokens specifically and participate in the ecosystem that way. So this really, really encourages users on the ecosystem to try and use the DEX itself. So instead of giving you the full Min tokens within that fair ISO, they've done a couple of things, and it's essentially a vesting period for you. So they made it so that you got your Min T tokens, so you got a little bit of something at the very beginning. They didn't allow for the Min tokens to be collected to the 10th of January, and now they're making you convert your Min T tokens over to Min tokens by participating in the ecosystem. So it's all these extra little steps that they're doing, makes it a little bit complicated rather than just simply airdropping it to you. But because they're doing this, they're making sure that you are participating and providing liquidity within their DEX. And as I said in my last video, liquidity is key for a decentralized exchange. Without that liquidity, the DEX won't work. So all of this encouragement for you to provide liquidity in different ways so that you can participate and gain your Min tokens is critical for them and critical for you as well. So that's essentially all you need to know overall in regards to claiming your Min tokens and what you need to do with your Min T tokens so that you're all ready for the launch of the MinSwap DEX, which I'm really, really looking forward to. Now, those Min tokens haven't come in through my Yoroi wallet yet. It may take a little while to come through, but I want to show you a couple of other things while I have your attention. So here on our Learn Cardano Discord server, we're doing a couple of things. So first off, we've been giving a whole bunch of Hosky tokens out. So the Hosky team came in and gave us a billion Hosky tokens, and I've been rewarding it to people that have been participating on the Discord, helping each other out. So anytime I see someone helping another person with a question, I just go ahead and tip them some Hosky tokens. So it's a little incentive for everyone to help each other out on the Discord server as well. So if you want to join in our Learn Cardano Discord, links are down below in the show notes. Also, one of the community members on our Discord created a little bot. It's a bot that pulls in the Cardano price feed. So I've seen these bots for Ethereum, for Bitcoin, but I hadn't seen one for ADA yet. And I really appreciate that little contribution there. And now we can see the live price of ADA within our Discord servers. And I highly suspect that a lot of the other members and a lot of other Discord servers that don't have that yet will be picking this one up. Now, the invite link for it doesn't quite work yet because it was literally created and added in about an hour before recording this video. So it will come out eventually, and I'll put and update the links in the show description here if you have or are running a Discord server and want that ADA bot in there as well. Now, last but not least, before I end this video, it is our stake pools registration day. As in, it's 1 year since we registered our stake pool. So happy birthday, ADAOZ. You can read all about it within the blog post there on our website on cardano.com.au. But I am so happy that we made it to 1 year. I wanted to give the stake pool a 1 year chance to see if I can actually make it successful, see if I can build up a following and build up enough delegation through it. And thank you so much, everyone that's delegated to the pool, either through the SundaySwap ISO or through the Learn Cardano channels. I really appreciate every last single delegate that's come through. I think we've got about 3,600 delegates at the moment that have dedicated themselves to staking with us, and I appreciate every single one of you and everyone else that hasn't delegated but is joining in on the YouTube journey. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun indeed. The other thing I wanted to mention was that my main recording rig, which usually sits right next to me here, has given up, and the video card in it is completely gone. I think it's the video card, could be the power supply, could even be the CPU from overheating, from overuse. I'm not entirely sure. So that's in the shop at the moment. So hopefully this video recording process, you haven't noticed any quality differences, and it still is going okay. I've rigged up a makeshift method of cables and dongles everywhere. I hate operating on the Mac because of these excessive dongles and how I have to set things up. Fingers crossed you didn't notice anything, but that's the situation I'm in at the moment, and I've may have lost about 6 interviews that I did on there as well. So we'll see what happens out of that computer, and hopefully I can recover all those things back. Fingers crossed. But let's have a look if Yoroi is working for us and if those min tokens have come through. Now I can see that transaction that went out, which is fantastic. So I'm just waiting for the transaction to come back in. Okay, and there it is. So there is my min tokens. I can see that come in. It's just taken under 10 minutes to come through after that was sent. So that's good. That's pretty good transaction times at the moment on Cardano. So I'm pretty happy with that. And now I am completely ready for the MinSwap DEX launch. I've got my min tokens, I've got my MinT tokens. I know exactly what to do on the 23rd, not the 24th. Thank you for correcting me. So we will be able to participate in that LBE, the liquidity bootstrapping event, to provide ADA to their pool. If you haven't seen that video yet, please check out the video links in the top right hand corner there, and you'll be able to learn more about that liquidity bootstrapping event. All right, we're all ready for this. I'm excited. You can see I'm excited. All right. Now, if you really enjoyed this type of content, please give me that thumbs up, click subscribe, click the notification bell, and you hear more great Cardano related content from me soon.
Yeah, gotta do it like that. You've been listening to the Learn Cardano podcast. Gotta get it hype. Crypto is what we like, but this is not investment or financial advice. Gotta do your research, cause it's risky. We know it is. This show is educational and it's informative. Crypto's the future, really, it ain't no debate.